God, I'm officially divorced! Yes!
Save me.
Oh my God!
Look at your brother.
I'm officially primary custodian of the kids. What about the child support? That's it? Tony, that's crazy. Why? Are you kidding me? Now all of this financial burden with my children is on me?
What?
This is not fair.
So I thought I'd talk for just a minute about this divorce that I'm going through, because I'm sure just like I found some relatable advice through here, other people might relate to me. So I was married for 10 years. I got married young. I was 21, barely, like 3 days, 21.
Old enough.
Already had a baby. He was 8 weeks old at our wedding. And I remember feeling...
Real quick, I will say that being married at 21 is not too young, but having a child at 21 is way too young. You got a baby raising a baby. You haven't even experienced life. You don't even know what it's like to be an adult. How are you going to even be a freaking parent?
Like, my marriage was temporary from the beginning. Like, that I wasn't going to make it. And I didn't know what that feeling was. I just thought it was cold feet, but it kind of manifested itself for the next 10 years. And here we are 10 years later going through a divorce. So he didn't really start this process. I guess it was more so me, because I was always looking for someone else because I didn't know how to be loved or how to accept love from somebody. And so while he was fighting for me, I was pushing him away. But I never truly accepted happiness. I left the good guy.
You left the good guy. You pushed him away when he was trying to sit there and love you and be a good husband. Oh, but no, you couldn't accept his love. You didn't know how to be a wife. You didn't know how to let a man freaking love you. Just sit there, be peaceful, and let the man love you. Why are you fighting this love so much? You have a man who is your husband, who is the father of your child. He's doing the best that he can to be a loving husband and a father, and he's a good guy in your words, but you still were not satisfied. You still were not happy. You still wanted to leave this man after 10 years of marriage. Now you're 31. Now you a single mom. Now you out here dating and trying to find another man. When you had love, you had a husband, and you threw him away.
Left the guy that everybody looks at and is like, that's a dad. That's a husband. That's how it's supposed to be. He did the dishes. He cleaned the house. He took the kids to school. He worked all day. He made good money. He supported us. I mean, yeah, we had our problems, but he was the good guy.
That sounds like a good damn man to me. How many women out there have you heard like, oh, I can't get this man to do anything around the house. He's working all the time. He's always tired when he comes home from work. You got a man in the house that's doing the dishes, that's cleaning the house, that's taking care of the kids. That is truly what women ask for when they ask for 50-50. You got a man that's doing that, and you still left him because you wasn't happy?
So I'm here to tell you,
I'm not happy.
it's okay to leave the good guy.
No, it's not.
Don't stay because he's the good guy. Leave because he's not the guy for you. Leave because you have to be happy. Because if you don't feel in love, then who cares if he's the good guy? And that is a harsh reality that I'm facing right now, and a lot of scrutiny from a lot of people. But
yeah, rightfully so.
it's okay to leave the good guy.
This woman is freaking crazy. What kind of advice are you given to other women talking about it's okay to leave a good guy? Do you know how many women out here are freaking sad and crying because they can't find a good man? They can't find a good husband. You had that man in your house, in your bed. He was the father of your child, of your children. He was your husband. And you say it's okay to leave a good guy because he wasn't for you? She's probably one of these women that's going to be out here in their 40s and their 50s, going to be a dog mom, going to be a cat lady, and she is going to die alone because she left the good guy. She's going to be talking about, oh, I had me a good man. Now I can't find one out here. Where are all the good men at? You had him and you threw him away because you didn't know how to accept his love. Your ass needed some freaking therapy, and you needed to be kind to your husband. You needed to love your husband. And most importantly, you need to appreciate the man that you had as a husband. Oh, but no, you weren't happy. How many women out there leave their husband simply because he wasn't happy? It wasn't because he was putting hands on her. It wasn't because he was abusive in some other way. It wasn't because he was controlling. He was neglectful. You feared for your life and he gambled the house away. No, it's simply because you weren't freaking happy.
I hope that helps you, because nobody has looked me dead in the eye and say it's okay to leave the good guy.
If your husband is a good guy, but you're ready for divorce, you're not a bad person. So don't let...
Where did all the good men go? If you're not happy in your marriage, just get a divorce. And then go find someone new so you can enjoy some more temporary happiness. Like, this has got to be the worst advice I've ever seen on the internet. Like, I thought marriage was a commitment, for better or worse. Nah, it's just when you're not happy, leave, go find someone else. But guess what? Your second marriage and your third marriage, by the data, says it doesn't get easier. Actually, your chances of divorce go up because you develop a mindset. Oh, well, if I'm not happy, we're not talking about abuse or cheating, but if I'm not happy, I'm leaving. Yeah, good luck with that. Good luck with being miserable the rest of your life.
That's this whole happy wife, happy life thing. That's why that crap does not work. It's supposed to be happy spouse, happy house. And if your husband is not happy, it's not going to work. So you have women out here that are leaving their husband simply because he's not happy. No matter what the husband does, oh, she's not happy. And you think you're going to find happiness in some other guy? No, you're going to repeat the same cycle over and over again, because the problem is you, lady. The problem is not these men out here. The problem is not the good guys out here. The problem is your crazy ass don't know how to even be with a good man in the first place.
But hey, that's what people do, right? That's what we do in 2023. Why even say vows? Because obviously they mean nothing, right? Like I said in the beginning, where did all the good men go? Where did all the good women go? Do better. Facts.
The ongoing divorce trend is proving that many women are leaving marriages without second thought. This is what is leading to many of them regretting their decisions. It's all about feelings and happiness, but not the vows themselves.
A woman will sacrifice her marriage for her happiness. A man will sacrifice his happiness for the marriage.
Hi, my very first video. My name's Kirsten. I'm 53 and I am in a big mess because I am moving out of my house that I've been with my husband for more than 30 years. I'm 53. I know I look 53, but that's what I am. I'm also hugely overweight because I've been miserable for so long that all I do for pleasure is have a glass of wine or have some nice food because I don't have any happiness with my husband. I got an apartment, I got a job, so I'm going to move into that apartment. It's a 1-bedroom apartment, and I have 3 daughters, but they're older, so they can come and I'll sleep on the couch, but I didn't know what else to do. That's all I can afford where I am. But I did get the apartment under my own credit. I cry a lot. I'm gonna try not to. But I wonder if there's any women out there like me at my age. Ma'am,
you need therapy. You don't need to move your daughters in the house or whatever in their apartment. You need therapy. Go sit your ass down on somebody's couch and figure out and dig deep down why you divorced your husband. Unless he did something extremely egregious to you, he really put his hands on you. Maybe he threatened your life or something like that. But other than that, why did you leave your husband after 30 years of marriage?
Expecting to be here, but being here. And I'm doing this all by myself. I haven't told my husband or my children yet. I don't know how. I think I'm just gonna move in slowly, and then I'll have a place to go for when things get bad. This time I went out and I got that apartment and I got a lawyer. And it's just so scary, and it just feels like the end of everything I've ever known. I've never lived alone in my life. Well, I did it. Here I am on my new bed, my princess bed. And it rained all day yesterday when I moved. I went to bed at 6 o'clock at night. I had a bath in my new bathtub. And you know what? It was hard, and I had a breakdown, and the movers were watching and felt sorry for me, and they were hugging me when they left and saying they were sad, and you know, whoops. But today I woke up, and you know what? I felt free. I felt so excited for the first time in years, just like a weight had been lifted off me, and I feel amazing. I'm so excited. My place is a mess. I haven't unpacked everything because, of course, you can't. And it's so small. There's nowhere. Like, I have to organize.
I guarantee you one of the first things she's going to start doing is ride Tom, Dick, and Harry. That's exactly what she is going to do. She is going to be out there and being so free. She's going to have so many different partners coming in and out that apartment. She's going to be getting with so many different guys. But the problem is she is still going to be sad. She's still going to be upset because ultimately she is by herself. She may say that she's free, and again, unless her husband did something extremely egregious to her, the thing is, why did you leave your husband of 30 years in the first place? You have never said exactly what he did, if he even did anything to want you to file for divorce. And she said, I've called a lawyer, I'm doing all this, Guarantee you, if she ain't worked in 30 years, because her husband's probably been taking care of her for the last 30 years, she is going to get so much alimony for the rest of her life. And her husband's going to have to pay for her and her lifestyle, and for her to come get ran by Chad and Tyrone for the rest of her life, because that's the way the family court law system is. She is free to get her own job. She is free to get her own income. But I guarantee you she is going to get a boatload of alimony.
Organized like crazy, but I feel really grateful. Yeah, it's amazing. I feel like a different person already. I feel like I can do whatever I want, and I'm not responsible for anybody anymore but me.
A few moments later.
So the last few days have been super traumatizing for me. My own fault. It's always my fault. But anyway, I didn't know. Well, I guess I did know, but that I would have this really strong reaction physically, trauma reaction, to finding out that my estranged husband has been having a new relationship. Now, I'm not saying that he shouldn't. We've been separated for a year, but we see each other a lot, and we spend time as a family together a lot. And I had asked him many times, are you seeing somebody? And he said, no. He kept saying no.
That's none of your damn business. Why are you asking this man who you decided to separate yourself from? Why are you asking him if he's in a relationship? That is none of your business. he's trying to move on with his life because you left him. Again, you never stated why you decided to leave your husband. I don't know why y'all been separated for a whole year and haven't officially gotten divorced yet. What is taking so long? Is something holding up? Is it the court? Is it lawyers? Why is it taking you a whole year to officially get divorced? And now this man is trying to move on with his life and you're upset about it. You feel some kind of way about it. What did you think he was gonna do? He was gonna just sulk in the house that you left him in and cry the rest of his life away? No, he decided to lick his wounds, and after a whole year or however long it took him, he finally decided to move on with his life and find another woman to live the rest of his life with. And now you feel some kind of way because he moved on and you didn't?
And then he'd take me to dinner and we'd have a nice chat. And I have a boyfriend that I've been seeing, so it's not like I think he shouldn't. Don't get me wrong, this isn't about that. But what happened was, because he didn't tell me, I felt safe around him still, like in the way that he still loved me. So he invited me to go on a trip with him and the girls, and I said yes.
If this man is still taking you out, if he's still inviting you on trips, after 30 years, you can't tell me that man don't still love you. How can you sit here and say that, oh, I didn't know I was in that he was in another relationship and I wouldn't have felt safe? You felt safe regardless if he was in another relationship or not, because the man still loves you. After 30 years, you left him high and dry. Yes, that man is still in love with you. As much as you broke his heart, as much as you broke him down and you left him after 30 years, he still loves you. This is why men love unconditionally in marriage. Men are in marriage, women are in business. Men love so much harder than women do. Women will just leave a marriage simply because they're not happy. A man will be unhappy in a marriage and still love his wife.
He bought this big boat for his business, and so we went and got on this boat. But I said yes because I didn't want, you have this feeling when you first get separated that you can't imagine your husband and your children having a great time without you or with a new woman. And I was like, okay, I don't know whether I should go or not. Like, I don't want him to think something, and but then my daughter said, well, he's not going to ask you again, so you should come. And I don't know why she said that, but I do now. So I went. And then when I was there, I found out, because he kept texting, and I just was like, what's going on? And anyway, I found out through some very horrific texts, my fault, that not only was he having a relationship, but they're totally involved in saying I love you and blah, blah, blah.
In Pennsylvania, the courts decide in a divorce based on equitable distribution. Equitable distribution does not mean equal division of assets. It means what the court considers fair. The biggest factor the court's looking at is the difference between the parties' incomes. What the court may not consider is if your spouse cheated. If your spouse cheated, it has no bearing on how the assets are going to be allocated between the two of you. The only thing that will matter if your spouse cheated is whether you're going to have to pay them any type of alimony. It's a factor the court would consider if you were making more money. If you make less money than them, the fact that they cheated has no bearing on your divorce.
So you can have a wife who is a stay-at-home wife. She does not work. She just stays at home, takes care of the house, takes care of the kids. She could be having sex with the pool boy, and she could still take half of everything that you own, or what the court deems what's fair for both parties, even though that she has cheated on you. Now, here's the thing, that affects alimony, but what they don't tell you is if you have sex with your wife after you caught her cheating, that's considered as forgiveness, and that puts alimony back on the table. So gentlemen, if you are married to your wife and you find out and have strong evidence that she in fact did cheat on you, do not take her back. Do not have sex with her after the fact, because if you do, she will be up for alimony again. And some of these female feminist lawyers, what they will do is they will tell their wives to entice their husband to have sex with them. Wear some sexy lingerie, invite him over your apartment or something. Try to seduce him into having sex, because that is forgiveness. Knowing good and damn well you're not going to stay with this man. Oh, but no, you want that alimony money. You're not going to give up that. Oh no. So what are you going to do? You're going to give him the draws. You're going to give him the booty, and then turn around and be such a mean witch to him all over again, and put alimony back on the table, because you can say, oh, he caught me cheating, but a week later we have sex. So in the judge's eyes, that means that you forgave her, and that puts alimony back on the table.
I'm 24 and never had a boyfriend before. And honestly, I can say it's all my fault. And I'm not saying that if the opportunity came, I never wanted it. I'm just saying I'm okay without it. And no, the opportunity hasn't really arisen from somebody I truly wanted. And I'm okay with that. Like, I am okay with the decision I made.
Now I wonder, is she a virgin? She said at 24 she's never had a boyfriend before, but does that mean that she's never had sex before, that she's never had relations? Because you could have a woman out here that say that they never had a boyfriend. That means they never had a committed relationship, but it does not mean that they've never had sex.
Or making. I just feel like dating right now is more like an experience. Anyone who wants to talk to me, have my phone number, do whatever, has to reach certain requirements. So I'm damn near dating multiple people. And that's okay with me. Now, it's all my fault for a few reasons. Was I a little crazy? Yes. You know, all the above, yes. But did I have good moments with good people who I maybe just wasn't all the way there for or liked? Yes. So it's literally all the above, all the options above.
This is a woman who's dating multiple people out here, and she's run into some good guys. You can't tell me a woman as cute as she is has not run into some good guys, but she is dating so many different men out here that she's got all these options. She simply does not know how to just pick a guy, have a committed relationship with him, and just see if it'll go from there. Oh, but no, because she keeps on fishing, thinking she's gonna find a better fish. She finds a good guy, and nope, she throws him back. I want a good one. She finds another good guy. Oh no, I might find a better man. She finds a good guy that's making a decent amount of money. Oh no, I'm gonna find another guy that is gonna make more money. She keeps doing this over and over and over again. This is why she has not had a boyfriend at 24 years old. This is why she's never been in any kind of committed relationship. But I guarantee you, some of those guys that she has dated, some of those guys that she has been with in the past, I guarantee you they bent her over the balcony. I guarantee you she got down with at least some of them, because I highly doubt that she's a freaking virgin. But you have not had a boyfriend because you simply don't know how to sit your butt down, make a decision, and actually start a relationship with a guy and just see where it goes. But no, you want to keep going on with Chad and Tyrone. You want to keep going fishing. You want to keep putting yourself out there, keep dating. And now you find yourself lonely. You find yourself with so many options that you don't know what to do. This is the kind of woman that will end up with 2 kids by 4 different dudes and don't know who the baby daddy is, because she has dated so many different guys. She has never been in a committed relationship.
I told myself that I wasn't going to talk about my divorce online because I wanted to respect people's privacy. But I feel like I'm going insane. I have been separated from my soon-to-be ex-wife for less than a month. And it is just obstacle after obstacle after obstacle. And I appreciate all the love and support that I am getting from my friends, from my family, from people who barely know me, from my lawyers. Like, I'm grateful. But what I think people don't realize is, like, if you are not in the divorce, so like all my friends and my family, whatever, like their lives continue. And I'm over here drowning, struggling to breathe, crying all the time, feeling so angry, feeling like this 24/7. And my life has to continue too. And I'm getting up in the morning and I'm doing the best I can because that's life. I'm a 30-year-old, like, I'm an adult, I have a big girl job. That's just how it works. But I feel like I am screaming, and I'm like back here screaming, and everybody else has continued walking forward and they can't hear me anymore, and it's not their fault. The anger that I feel right now is not their fault.
This is why you need some freaking therapy. So if you look at the marriage demographics out there, women who marry another woman, that demographic with two women being married, that is the highest demographic that gets divorced. It's also the highest demographic that is violent towards one another. So you have women who marry each other and they really can't get along. So if you can't get along with a man, you can't get along with a woman, there's only one common denominator, and it might be your crazy ass. That's why you need to go sit down on somebody's couch, get some freaking therapy before you get back out here and date anybody, because no one deserves to be stuck with a crazy person. The world don't owe you any understanding. You got to be sane in your own right. You have to be peaceful in your own right. If you are not in your right state of mind, how the hell is someone else supposed to make you happy, even if they are in the right state of mind?
I just want this to be done. I want this to be over because I feel like I'm losing my mind. And each day, there's a new thing that I have to deal with.
Anyway, man, what do y'all think about these videos today, man? Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section down below. Make sure y'all like, share, subscribe to the channel. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.